Football Live, the preview show, powered by NairaBet, with Barry Swain.
Follow NairaBet on Twitter @NairaBet and on Facebook @NairaBet Online to take part in our infamous giveaways, and you too can win big. NairaBet, the home of sports betting and fast payments in Nigeria.
Welcome to Football Live, the preview show, and with the weekend just around the corner, here is our review of what is coming up in another big weekend in the Premier League and the major leagues around Europe. All of which will, of course, be covered right here on Brilla FM on Saturday and Sunday on Football Live. Let's start with Liverpool, who produced arguably their finest showing of the season at Leeds United on Monday in an impressive 6-1 victory that heaps more pressure on Leeds United in the relegation battle. Amongst the goals in that big win at Elland Road was Cody Gakpo, the Dutchman, on target with Liverpool's opening goal on the night in what was to prove a thrilling win for the Liverpool fans. Here is Cody Gakpo.
Yes, I think it was not a good start of the second half, but after the goal we conceded, we did it really well, and we just kept going for goals, and we did some clinical finishes. Yes, it was. I had to adapt in the beginning to this because I was used to play on the left, but I like it there. I get in some spaces that I can turn in the middle and then drive forward, breaking the lines, and I like it.
This Saturday, Liverpool look to build on the thrashing of Leeds United when another team struggling in the bottom three go to Anfield. That's Nottingham Forest, of course. Forest currently in the relegation zone, and they are one of the teams that are really struggling for form. Steve Cooper's side, not many people are going to give them a chance against the resurgent Liverpool at Anfield this Saturday afternoon. Forest will be one of 4 Premier League matches away at Liverpool, featured on Saturday's Football Live show right here on Brilla FM.
You are listening to Football Live on Brilla FM.
Liverpool 7, Manchester United 0. This is just incredible. The wheels have just fallen off the wagon.
4 hours of football every Saturday and Sunday on Brilla FM with Football Live.
Oh my word, it's an absolute massive goal for Arsenal's title hopes here.
Wow, just wow.
Crystal Palace have won 3 out of 3 under Roy Hodgson since his return as manager for the remainder of the season. Palace are all but safe, which is something Everton are not able to claim after their home loss last weekend against Fulham. Sean Dyche saw Dominic Calvert-Lewin make an appearance in a behind-closed-doors friendly this week. Everton losing to Chester City, who play in the 6th tier of English football. Chester won that game 1-0. Of course, it was only a friendly. Everton desperate for points against Palace, and they did beat them earlier in the season 3-0 at Goodison Park. But that was one of very few high points for Everton in another disappointing season. Can they stay up? They might need something from the visit to Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park this weekend. Follow that match on Football Live from 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday, right here on Brilla FM. Dean Smith takes charge of his first home game as the interim manager of Leicester City in a Midlands derby at home to Wolverhampton Wanderers this Saturday afternoon. Leicester embedded in the bottom 3, and despite a very encouraging second-half display away at Manchester City last Saturday evening, there is still plenty for Dean Smith and his new charges to do to stay in the Premier League. Here is Dean Smith, who was very encouraged by the Foxes' performance in the latter stages at Manchester City last weekend.
And all of a sudden you're 2-0 down, and then we miss a 50-50 in the middle of the pitch. And a lad who scored 50-odd goals, or whatever he's going to score this season, gets through and scores. So, yes, you're fearful. But I thought the lads certainly showed a lot of character in that second half. Oh, did we start? Yes, we did start very deep. You know, we started deep at home against them as well and restricted them to very few chances at all. I've seen teams come and have a go at Man City here, big clubs, and get beat 3-0 like Bayern Munich did, 4-1 Liverpool. Burnley came in the FA Cup 6-0. It's a real tough place to come, and what we needed to do was stay in the game. And that's what our mindset was, make sure we stay in the game. But unfortunately, as I said, them isolated instance which led to goals.
The fourth and final match featured on Saturday afternoon's Football Live is in West London. Brentford and Aston Villa are both chasing European football next season and come face-to-face at the G-Tech Community Stadium. Should be a good game, this one. Villa currently in great form following last weekend's 3-0 home win over Champions League hopefuls Newcastle United. Saturday's show will also feature both Borussia Dortmund and Bayern Munich, who are neck and neck in the German Bundesliga title race. Both dropped points last weekend, Bayern crashing out of the Champions League on Wednesday against Manchester City, and the league title is now the only silverware that they can get their hands on this season. We will have reporters covering Mainz against Bayern and Dortmund's home match against Frankfurt on Saturday afternoon right here on Brilla FM on Football Live.
Follow NairaBet on Twitter at NairaBet and on Facebook at NairaBet Online to take part in our infamous giveaways, and you too can win big. NairaBet, the home of sports betting and fast payments in Nigeria.
Also on Saturday, the first of two FA Cup semi-finals as Manchester City take on Sheffield United at Wembley for a place in June's FA Cup final. That's right, the FA Cup final this year is in June at Wembley. We will have that one covered as well on a busy Football Live show this Saturday, which starts at 2:30 in the afternoon. It finishes at 6:30 and your host will be Josh Bailey. No match this weekend for Chelsea, who have lost all four of their matches since Frank Lampard returned to take charge of the team until the end of the season. Lampard watched on as Chelsea's European dream in the Champions League was ended at the hands of Real Madrid on Tuesday. Lampard, though, thought he got his game plan right, but again, Chelsea unable to finish in front of goal.
Well, I thought for 60 minutes of the game, I think you probably saw why I picked the lineup, because we had big energy, big organisation in the team, caused Real Madrid a lot of problems. The only thing that was missing from our game was a goal, but we had really good chances to do that. So at this level, when you're in the strong moments, the first half was a strong moment for us. This team can always give you problems in transition, of course. They're a fantastic transition team amongst other things. Our game was exactly how I wanted it. One goal or two goals in that 60 minutes changes the face of it. We didn't do that, and at this level, they're so clinical that you saw the result.
Arsenal can stretch their lead at the top of the Premier League on Friday night with a home match against bottom of the table, Southampton. So top against the bottom at the Emirates. Mikel Arteta upset at the way Arsenal surrendered a 2-0 lead away at West Ham, live on Football Live last Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, very disappointing, because the way we started the game, it was superb again. You go 2-0 up and you have the game in total control, and there we have to blame ourselves, because we lost that purpose to really attack them, to thread that goal, and instead we just to keep the ball for the sake of playing, and we give them hope, and then credit to them. Obviously we concede a terrible penalty away, the way we give the ball away. And after that, credit to them. You know, they start to play the redirect. We could not control those situations, and you start to get in that roller coaster where everything is throwing and then corner and then corner and then throwing. And we didn't manage to get away from that. And when we did in the second half, a little bit with the changes, it wasn't enough. And obviously, it's a crucial moment at 2-1. You have the penalty. You put it 3-1. It's a different game. And 2 minutes later, you concede a goal.
Former Arsenal manager Arsene Wenger this week weighed in with his thoughts on Arsenal and their hopes in the title race.
Arsenal is not, with players, have not been in that position to win the league. They will win it this year, and next year it will be easier. But now, when you have never won it as a player, there comes a moment in the season where the tension comes in, and you think about more. We have to win, and less about the process. Let's play well and we will win, you know.
Saturday's early kick-off is Fulham against Leeds United, who have now conceded 11 goals in their last two matches. They were both at home against Crystal Palace and Liverpool, of course. It's not good form of late for Leeds United, and the drop is looking a real possibility. It won't be easy away at Craven Cottage on Saturday lunchtime. We won't have that one covered on Saturday, but we will bring you details of how it all unfolded in Saturday's show with Josh Bailey. Turning our attentions to Sunday, Football Live is on air from 2 o'clock through until 6 with Chris Baldwin. Two Premier League matches to listen to. Newcastle United could really make a statement as they host Tottenham Hotspur in a clash between two sides hopeful of finishing in the top four, although Tottenham Hotspur's recent form suggests that they might well miss out. That's a real big match at St James's Park. Newcastle United against Spurs. Spurs, the team that need the victory more in that big clash in the northeast. Meanwhile, Bournemouth and West Ham United have edged away from the relegation despair, but both will eye 3 points to further enhance their survival mission when they meet on Sunday afternoon at the Vitality Stadium. Cherries manager Gary O'Neill delighted last Saturday with a 3-2 win away at Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah, really pleased because I thought we deserved to win. I thought, obviously, the last half an hour, 35 minutes, we were having to defend against the top side. But yeah, the way we arrived here with the disruption to the prep as well, to go and dominate the first half the way we did, control the ball. Spurs' main threat was counter-attack. I thought it was not only a big win, I thought it was a big performance as well. And then we had to show a little bit of character. I thought we did. I thought the second goal they scored was really harsh. I thought it was offside, Harry Kane. And then to grab a winner at the end was big for everybody because it was deserved.
The best place to follow the Premier League and all the major leagues in Europe is right here on Football Live. 4 hours of football every Saturday and Sunday on Brila FM with Football Live.
The second FA Cup semi-final on Sunday at Wembley sees Brighton and Hove Albion take on Manchester United. Should be a real cracker of a game, this one, and it will be covered in full with regular updates on Football Live right here on Brila FM. United's Diogo Dalot amongst the goals last weekend in the win over Nottingham Forest.
Inside the dressing room, I think we were calm. We knew through the season that we're not only just 11 players. We've shown this in the past this season. So today was one more game. Players get injured. This is football, but everybody was ready. And I think today we showed that we are a proper squad, and we are very happy with the game.
Also on Sunday's show, Feyenoord could move even closer to the Eredivisie title in the Netherlands. They have a home game against Utrecht. We'll also feature the Women's Champions League semi-final tie, a first leg in Germany between Wolfsburg and Arsenal. All in all, a very busy weekend of football. Saturday and Sunday on Football Live, exclusive to Brila FM. You will be able to follow all of the action as we chase down the goals, bringing you the updates as the action unfolds. League titles, European qualification and relegation issues still need to be settled this season as we head in towards the final weeks of the season. So join us on Saturday and Sunday on Brila FM for 2 action-packed Football Live shows.
Follow NairaBet on Twitter @NairaBet and on Facebook @NairaBet Online to take part in our infamous giveaways, and you too can win big. NairaBet, the home of sports betting and fast payments in Nigeria.